Okay, Nashville's number one for all the hits. It's Hot 106.7. You're on air with Eryn, joined by the one and only Charlie on a Friday.
How are we doing?
Charlie on a Friday on a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered whenever you're doing a performance or something, just being like whatever day of the week it is, just being like, it's Charlie on a Monday?
Yeah, we've probably dropped out a couple times maybe.
So, Charlie, your story is fascinating because I know that COVID-19 was critical in you discovering that this is what your calling was and what you wanted to do.
Absolutely.
So I know that you started making beats and making music with your friends and your friend's older brother in the basement. And I'm sure that you thought your friend's older brother was just the coolest. Well, now I'm thinking he probably thinks you're pretty cool.
Yeah, he does.
Some people grow up knowing, okay, I want to be famous. Right. I want to be an artist. This is what I want to do. But for you, this has sort of just happened. Let's unpack that. Now you're in this whirlwind.
Yeah. I think for me, it was more just like I had such a love for creating content. Like I always made YouTube videos when I was younger, and I think it was always just really fun for me. I think the fame part of it just came because we just kept going. We never really stopped.
So now that this is all still relatively new, you've been making music for just a couple of years, how do you decide what your goals are, what your next step is? Is that something that I know you have your close-knit group of friends or the people that you make music with. Are they the people you confide in? How do you figure out those next steps?
Yeah, I always talk to my friends about it, but I feel like we just kind of know, like things just kind of fall into place, whether it's like, okay, this new song we made, or we got this video on this plane and now it's going to go viral. It's like things just kind of happen. Mm-hmm. But we plan it, but not too much. I feel like that's really key, like not being super planned and kind of just letting things happen naturally.
We had a different artist in here yesterday called Max, and that was something we talked about a lot, is there's no right or wrong way to make music. And to be, if the pandemic taught us anything, not only was it that you're incredibly talented at making music, it's also that you have to be present, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just kind of playing with the cards you're dealt.
Mm-hmm. So we were just talking about sports.
Mm-hmm.
You're a football guy. You grew up playing football since you were 5.
Yeah.
What position were you?
I played quarterback one year. I wasn't the best at it. It was like back when I was like 8, so we didn't really throw the ball yet. I was mostly just hiking and handed it off. But I would say my position was strong safety. I played that most.
Very good.
Yeah.
So being athletically talented and musically talented, that's such like a rare combination, I feel like. I mean, there was a couple guys I remember growing up in middle school. There was this set of twins where they were the leads in the musicals every year, but they were also like, I literally think the quarterback and the safety on the football team. And they were like the coolest kids in school, right?
Yeah.
So how did music get incorporated into your life? Did you take music classes?
Yeah, when I was younger, my mom put me in like DJ lessons. So I had a lot of fun doing that. I think it was always an interest of mine, like music and stuff. But I think the being an athlete and music thing really tied together in the fact that once football was over, I kind of needed something to fill the void. Because like being an athlete, like, okay, you wake up at 10 a.m. and you go to lift for football practice. But like when that's gone, it's like I didn't really have something to just like obsess over all the time. So I think that's what music was for me.
DJ lessons.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I've never heard of DJ lessons.
Yeah.
Walk me through what a DJ lesson is.
Shout out Seattle Drum School. That's where I took the DJ lessons at. But I was really young. I don't remember too much about it, but I always had like the little DJ app on my iPad and stuff, and yeah, I liked it.
So was it just you and an instructor, or was it like a full class?
No, it was just me and this guy.
You and this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And so did you start like you learned about beats and then you learned about rhythm and things like that, or?
Yeah, I remember like them like marking the little disc and like bringing it back and like doing cool stuff like that. But yeah.
I wonder if they have DJ lessons in Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a DJ lesson class. Can you send me your teacher's info? I'll go to Seattle.
I will.
Okay. Fantastic. Not me saying I don't know how to DJ, literally sitting in front of a radio board. Oh, that is so cool. So Your first body of work that you put out, you've described it as a mixtape. Of course, that's where we have Enough. That's where we have After Hours. My favorite is Falling Again.
Thank you.
You've described it not necessarily like as a cohesive body of work, but just, this song, this song, this song. I love that style personally. So when you do make a next full project, what does making a cohesively sounding album that flows together, what does that mean to you? What does that look like to you?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the time when artists are doing a new project, they like evolve the sound, and like this album has this style of music and like the previous album had another style of music. I feel like for me, like I have some songs on there that are very much like Enough, and then I have songs that are very like hip hop, like rap sounding songs. So it's a little bit of a mix of everything, but that's what we like to do.
So part of your process, you're a big notes app guy, right? Whether you're writing, I saw you said somewhere that sometimes you'll write like a 5-page story in your notes app. Can you show us one?
A 5-page story?
Or like with something really long. I would love to just see how long some of these are.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of notes.
Like, oh my gosh.
But it's it's easy to write a song when you know exactly what you're talking about, and like when you're diving into writing a song, if you really write out like a whole, like I'll think about like something that happened, and then I'll like write like a very detailed story in my notes, and then when I'm writing, I'll just go back to that for like lyrics and things like that.
So would you say you're definitely more of a lyric guy? Do the lyrics come first, or do you get like a sound in your head and then you got to go?
I'm more of a melody guy.
Okay.
So I'll literally just say like mumble words for like a minute and just kind of find like a cool sound.
What instrument would you say that you gravitate toward the most?
I like recording over guitars.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Enough and Falling Again, very guitar heavy, very distinctive sound there.
Yeah.
So we were talking about how there's a little bit of a scene for every genre in Nashville now. I mean, there's a thriving pop scene here. Pop punk and punk rock is coming back. Of course, we're a huge country hub, but I've seen the hip hop scene just kind of starting to really blossom here. Cool. There's a handful of artists that are so talented that I've seen perform at local venues. And I know that you are sort of a purveyor of the Seattle hip hop scene. You're working on refining that right now. You're definitely a big figure in that. For hip hop artists in Nashville and this scene, what do those artists here need to do to refine this scene and sort of make it what they want it to be?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is just community and building a community and having everyone talking to each other and helping each other and sharing ideas and sharing strategies to market music. And I would say the number one thing is just like unity and building a community. When
people say Charlie on a Friday is refining the Seattle hip hop scene and he's bringing it out, that is I'm sure that's such a huge compliment, but is that in any way, is that like, whoa, that's a lot to be responsible for or a lot for people to expect? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, but we're having fun with it. Yes, I would hope so. This is pretty fun, hanging out with some fans in here. Yeah. Yes. Well, we're super excited that you've come to hang out with us. Thank you. Thank you for coming, and we love playing Enough every day. We'll be spinning it tonight on my show, and we can't wait to see you keep refining your own music and the hip-hop scene as we know it. Yeah. Yay! Thank you so much.